is back with me as we cherry-pick some crucial round 6 matches. Firstly, we head north where a Titans outfit are fresh off a bye. They host the buoyant Dragons side. And Josh, you're alone in tipping the Dragons here. Tell us why.
Well, they got the job done against them last time, and this time they have no Foran or Brimson. So I think their performance against the Dolphins, they scored 38 points and only conceded 12, so that's a big tick for their defence, and I think they'll need that this week heading into this week's game.
Did we see much different in the Dragons outfit of the game that they got the win, and we know how desperate they were? What do we see that was different? Was it the effort areas that we saw, Chris?
Yeah, definitely. I think it starts with that. It starts with the effort areas. If you get those things right early on in the game, it gives you the right to move the ball and gives you that confidence later in the game, which we did see they scored a lot of points. I think the thing with the Dragons is the consistency. They've gone from quite a heavy loss down in those effort areas and have turned it around, but can they do it 2 weeks in a row?
Yeah, you're tipping the Titans here, Tim. What do you like about the Titans outfit? They've averaging 22 points and conceding 25. What does that say about the team?
Yeah, defensively, defence has never been their strong suit, has it? And I'm a little bit disappointed this season, the Titans, in that I love that they went with a defensive-minded recruiting plan in the off-season with players like Sam Verrills, Kieran Foran in there, Aaron Schopp, some really good defensive-minded moves. Now, it hasn't exactly helped their defence at times. We saw the game against the Melbourne Storm a few weeks back. They lose Kieran Foran this week and AJ Brimson, 2 enormous outs. But with injury becomes opportunity. Jaden Campbell at fullback, Toby Sexton in the halves, both super talented footballers. Campbell in particular, I can't wait to see play this week given the crack at the number 1 spot. So I think they can overcome it. There's going to be plenty of points in this game again. We'll see if anyone can defend.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, who would have dared tip the Warriors to be in second place after 5 rounds? They have been fantastic. But the big question is if they can maintain the rage against a brave Newcastle side on Sunday. Josh, we saw what Newcastle were able to do against Manly, ended in 32-all. What do the Warriors have to do here to get on top of the Knights early?
I think they just need to keep doing what they have been doing. Sean Johnson's been steering them around beautifully. What they do have this week, though, is they've got Tohu Harris coming back and Tamari Martin, which allows Jazz Tavaga to go back to the bench. He'll give them that X factor coming off the bench, and I'm just excited just to watch them go around again. I think they're gonna win this weekend. I'm quietly confident.
There you have it now. No Kalen Ponga for the Knights, Chris. What have you made of the Knights game without him being there?
I've actually been quite impressed, to be honest. Like, obviously, missing him early on in the season, having a lot of other injuries as well. A lot of people probably have written them off. Coming up, particularly last week against the Manly team, who were on fire, who played some really high quality football and really take it to them with the players they have down. I'm tipping the Warriors, but I'm tipping it's going to be a close one because, the Knights are playing a style of football where they're just hanging in the game. They're giving themselves an opportunity in the back end of the game, and the Warriors are going to have to work for it. They're not going to beat themselves tonight, so the Warriors are going to have to do what they did against the Sharks, go all the way down the 80th minute, I think.
Tim, what did the stats say about the Knights and the Warriors game for this one? Weak
defensive edges around that. Both sides, I mentioned last game, there'll be plenty of points in it. The Warriors and the Knights. The Knights have got 2 of the probably highest upside attacking players on the wings in the competition, Dom Young and Greg Marju. Both have some serious defensive deficiencies at times. The Warriors, as good as they were in the second half against the Sharks last weekend, the first half, very fragile on their edges. So, again, we're going to need to see both sides stand up in defence, and neither team's going to have any trouble putting points on. So 2 exciting clashes, I think, to look at these ones, and we'll see who can stand up.
Well, a side that certainly does need to stand up is the Tigers. Can they pull off an Easter miracle against the Eels? Chris, you're certainly hoping so.
Yeah, I'm definitely tipping with my heart, not my head at this stage, obviously after the performance last week. I think if they are going to get off the board, this is the week to do it. Again, the corresponding game last year is when they did get their first win. If you look at a comparison, Eels were going better at that point in time, and arguably the Tigers have a better team. In saying that, they've just got to get the fundamentals right. Something they've been really struggling with over the first 5 rounds. If they can start well and execute well the first 20 or 30 minutes, it will give them confidence, and what it will do, it will really get into the confidence of Parramatta Eels. They'll be expected to win. They need to win, and if the Tigers can go with them deep in the game, they might start to get a bit shaky.
Josh, who do you like here?
I like Parra, but I like what Chris said there. They have to earn the right, and we spoke about this before with the Tigers. Last week they didn't do that. They had fundamental errors, and then they got their pants pulled down and a cricket score got put on them. They need to earn the right to play football, and we'll know in the first 20 minutes whether they've turned up or not. That's what you're going to get with the Tigers. You're going to know after 20 minutes if they're in this game or not. If they're not, it could be a big scoreline.
Yeah, well, that's our round 6 tips for your Easter weekend. Our experts are all united in every game, except for Josh Morris tipping a Dragons win and Chris Lawrence sticking with the Tigers. Thanks, Josh, Chris and Tim, as always. Don't forget to subscribe below and follow us on socials. We'll be back next week on Fox Sports Lab NRL.
League is life. It's exhilaration, anticipation, highs and highlights. League is everything. That's why we've made a betting brand for League fans. That's better. Chances are you're about to lose.